Hi, my name's Katie. I'm a professional makeup artist and I am here with makeup tutorials to help you get really good at doing your own makeup. This video is part of my beginner makeup series, and in this video I will be explaining how to use those brow products that I recommended for you. So if that sounds interesting, just keep watching. Hello, thank you for joining me on this next step of our beginner makeup routine. We have now done the eyes and we have done the complexion. I will link those videos for you if you haven't seen them yet and you would like to see how to accomplish those steps in this routine. In this video, I'm going to be doing the eyebrows. Now, eyebrows are highly personal. Different people like to use different things in order to get their eyebrow looks. You can use your eyeshadow. If you have a color in your eyeshadow, say you have this eyeshadow palette here, and one of these colors matches your eyebrow color, you can use that with your liner brush that you got. That is one way to do it. You can use an eyebrow pencil. This is an eyebrow pencil by Winky Lux. This is the Unibrow, it's called. It's a universal color. So it's got a triangle type tip there, right? And you're gonna get different degrees of color depending on how hard you press with it. So that's why it's a universal color. It's got the color on one end and a spoolie on the other. And then another product that I like to use for beginners, these are the ones that I would recommend, would be a brow gel. This is the ELF Wow Brow. It's a fiber tinted brow gel, right? So it's tinted, it's got a color to it, and it's got little fibers in it that attach to your hairs. Okay? So what I'm going to show you in this video is just a very beginner technique. Okay, so if you're like me and you have very blonde brows and you just want to add a bit of tint to them, because doing a full-on, fully drawn-in brow can be very jarring to some people, especially as a beginner, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this fiber brow gel. Okay, so we are going to get this here, and I'm going to zoom you in a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we are nice and close now. So you can really see my eyebrows. So you can see that they're there, but they're very blonde and they're sparse. There's not a lot of hairs, but you'll see how much is there once I color them in. So I'm going to take this out and you can see that there's a little bit of extra on the end of the tip of the wand. I find it best, rather than swiping it on the edge of the tube, which just kind of gets it all gunked up, is to wipe it on the edge of a tissue, right? So I'm gonna get that off on the edge of my tissue. Okay, so now I have it with, oop, I got a bit of cotton there. Don't want that in my eyebrow. Okay, so now I have my product and I'm going to start sweeping it through the brow. Like I've said in my other videos, use a light touch. You can always add more. Okay, so I'm just going in a general shape. In general, you want your eyebrow to start about here. You want it to arch right about there. And then taper down to the end, and it should end right in line with this imaginary line from your bottom waterline up. Yeah? Okay. So there's a start on that one side. The eyebrows are starting to appear. I'm going to do the other side. This is kind of a taupey blonde shade. I could probably even go a little bit redder with my current hair color. It's a little more auburn. When it comes to brow products, finding the right one, there's so many good ones out there that really it comes down to finding your best color match, right? So go with the products that are your best color match. I really like the Revlon Color Stay pencils. I like the Maybelline ones. I like the really teeny tiny micro size pencils by NYX and e.l.f. There's a lot of really good ones out there. So I am just continuing to build the color until I get it to where I want it to be. Now, depending on your preference, you may just stop right there. If you have nice thick brows, choose a clear brow color so you can just groom the hairs and set them in place. A clear brow color is like a mascara. It's just going to help set. It's like a gel, like a hair gel. It's just going to set the brow hairs in place. Okay, so I don't want to do too much because then they'll get crusty and they'll start to look weird. So this is the eyebrows with just the gel. You may be happy with that. That may be where you want to stop. Okay, but I want just a little bit more definition. So I'm going to take my pencil here, my Winky Lux pencil, and I'm going to use the very edge of it. And I'm just going to fill in these spots where there's no hairs. So you can see I'm just using a light hand and I'm just making little strokes like I'm drawing hairs on my face. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm drawing hairs on my face. Okay. Want a little bit more fullness up here. I'm just filling in those gaps. Now putting the gel on first makes it easier for me to see what needs to be filled in, what gaps I need to fill in. Okay, so just like that, you can see that that's just a little bit more definition than on this side. The eyebrows, as they say, are the frames of the face. So I highly recommend doing your eyebrows. It makes all the difference. Makes a huge difference. As you can see from the beginning of this video where I have my eye makeup on and my foundation on, but no eyebrows, it looked unfinished. And I look way more finished now, even though I don't have any blush or anything on. The eyebrows make all the difference. Okay, just hair strokes, like I'm drawing hairs. And I'm using the narrowest part of the pencil that I can so that I can get the tiniest hair stroke. Okay, now that looks fairly even. Step back, make sure that you take a look at it from a distance so you can make sure that they're even, they're not totally wonky, right? They say this should be cousins, right? Or sisters, not twins. Well, they should still be blood related, in my opinion. But anyways, so there we go. Now we want to blend that a little bit, right? So I'm going to take the spoolie that's on the other end of this pencil and I'm just going to groom them and blend those two products together. Soften up all those edges. So there we have eyebrows. So beginner's guide to eyebrow makeup. I hope that that was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please ask them down below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great